So we are on with a citizen journalist in Jerusalem right now, one of the folks that reached out to OMG. We won't say your name, and we've blurred you and where you are, but you've shot some videos and you have some information about what's happening. Could you give us an overview of what you've seen?
Yeah, so when the war started, I was abruptly woken up by the air raid sirens around 8:15 in the morning, and I could hear the explosions. I could also see the contrails from the intercept missiles from the Iron Dome.
So
Yeah.
you saw the trails coming. You saw the explosions, and what else? What else have you witnessed? Does it like align with what we're seeing on the internet? Is there something different that you've seen?
No, I mean, I'm in Jerusalem, so I'm not where there's thousands of rockets that are being shot off, but the air sirens are going off in Jerusalem. And yesterday there was no air sirens or explosions, at least not in the air. But there today the explosions were overhead and much closer, it seems like, and louder than on day one.
Today. And well, what time is it? It's 1 p.m. on the East Coast. What time is it right now there?
It's 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. And these explosions happened just today.
Yeah, explosions today happened at 11:30. The air sirens went off for about 3 minutes and more explosions. And then I went out and left the house to go grab food. And while I was out grabbing food, the air sirens went off and I had to shelter in a shoe store.
Hmm.
And the explosions that happened then are much louder than they've been since day one. And they were overhead
Right in
instead
the
of
right in the
far off in
sky.
the distance. Yeah, and unfortunately today it's overcast today, so you can't really see the contrails of the intercepts of the Iron Dome, but they were really close. They're usually off in the distance.
Hmm. And you sheltered in a shoe store, and were there other people sheltering with you, or what was the scene like?
Yeah, so I was outside interviewing a couple of guys, um, and we were just talking, and then we heard the siren, so we just walked into the nearest shop that was next to us.
Wow. And were there other people uh, alongside you there? Were they scared?
Yeah,
What's the mood like on the ground?
There's a mix. So right now on day one, almost like everything was closed. They told us to be in lockdown. I still went outside yesterday because there really was no sirens. There was more shops that were open. Today, there's even more shops that are open, but there's more police on the streets right now and today than there are people.
More police than people.
There's anti-terrorist units that are walking around Jerusalem everywhere, and there's also police and military. I've seen talking about like the mood if people are afraid. Well, there's Arabs that are getting arrested because there was a call from Hamas to have any extremists anywhere in East Jerusalem to rise up and take back the land. So a lot of the locals are sheltering in place because they're worried to be attacked by the Arabs. And I've witnessed Arabs being arrested by the cops. I've also witnessed Jewish men being arrested by the cops. Um, what else? There has been, so on day one, there was, after the alarms went off, maybe a couple of hours after, right on the street where I'm staying, there was some really brave men that were Orthodox that came out of a yeshiva, a Jewish school, that were worshiping God in the street and dancing around with the Torah. So they were not afraid to be out in the street if there was going to be any Arabs. And what's really interesting about that is earlier in that day after the sirens went off, there was an Arab right below my building that was harassing Orthodox Jews in the street. That he was not harassing any tourists because you can tell what a tourist looks like and what the Orthodox look like. And even Orthodox children were being harassed by him, and he was agitated, walking back and forth in the middle of the street and harassing the Jews.
Hmm.
So
And what was the most, you have these videos. What was the most amazing or compelling or riveting moment in the video that you've taken?
well, I caught some. really interesting contrails of the Iron Dome that's intercepted.
Um, and is the media portraying it, accurately? What we see in the headlines? Is there something different that you're seeing on the ground?
I think that it's accurate. You're not hearing a lot about Jerusalem because it's they are firing from I think two different directions towards Jerusalem, but there hasn't been any injuries here or deaths as far as I know. I know that on day one, I was sitting outside at night at this popular square called Zion Square,
Mm-hmm.
and I was hearing explosions. So, this local that I was talking to, because I'm getting a lot of my information just from the locals sitting out in the street and talking to people, and I'm hearing explosions not far away. And so I asked him, why are they not setting off the siren? And he said, well, because it's not coming from the air, it's coming from the ground. Arabs that are not far away from where we were are setting off bombs. He said about 5 kilometers away.
Is that still
Yes, yes.
explosions?
Yes. Yeah.
But why aren't they sending the siren?
No, because this is
It's
something
far
that
away?
It's here, just about Jerusalem, but it's people from inside.
What do you mean people from inside Jerusalem?
Yes, the Arabs from inside. They started to make
Bombs?
Yeah.
How far away?
Let's say something like 5 kilometers from here.
There's people here that are trusting in God to keep them safe.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Today there was more people out and more shops open. I don't know if that's going to change tomorrow since we had the air raid sirens go off twice today in two different times of the day, not just in the morning, like on day one. But I think that there's Jerusalem's safer than Tel Aviv right now, but there's going to be a lot of loss of life.
Mm. And you said you're a citizen journalist locally on the ground, and what type of journalism have you done and are you doing?
Well, I guess this would be my first.
First time,
Mm-hmm.
first time as a citizen documenting, and how does that feel documenting what's going on the ground?
Well, my normal profession, I'm an airline pilot, so I'm used to chaos. I'm used to staying cool, calm, and collected in emergencies. It's not my first time being in a foreign country where crazy things have happened. So I would just say that I thrive in that type of environment and not so much doing like any type of public speaking, like this part of this
Right.
job.
Well, we can help you with some of that. O'Keefe Academy, OMG. We'll give you a free login to that so you can learn some things there when you have a slower time to do so. Like if you have an iPhone.
I do, but everything is on multiple devices. Like I
Oh,
have an Osmo Pocket, I have glasses, I have a pen,
oh
I've
wow.
got a fob.
Oh,
Uh,
you shot it using the hidden cameras.
yes,
Oh,
and
nice.
an Osmo Pocket. So I've been going out with multiple devices that I'm trying to run that I've never used before.
So these are devices that we shipped you, or you purchased on your own, or
No, I bought them right before I left.
got it. I remember you saying actually. I remember you saying that now. And so you using these hidden camera devices, did you shoot these action scenes with the hidden cameras?
Yes,
Okay,
and
good.
an Osmo Pocket.
Well, that's awesome. Well, I mean, awesome in the sense that you're using the devices to get images. And is that because it's a little intimidating to have a camera out in the open, out there on in the streets, or um um is
I mean, there is one source that I was talking to that he said he doesn't want to be on camera. He was the one I was talking to that he confirmed that there was explosions that were 5 kilometers away from
oh,
us.
I
Like,
see. So
you
we want
guys
to
use
blur
that
those, right?
blur him. Yeah, or I don't know, maybe use his audio.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, I've been using my camera. Some people have been looking at me funny, but I've been using both, and I've kind of been hiding the Osmo Pocket and shooting horizontally if I can. Um,
How'd that feel with the wearing the camera or using the with Osmo Pocket? Remind me which one that is because I don't think we have that at
it's
OMG.
got a little, can you see that? It's a gimbal,
Oh,
DJI.
oh, that's a visible camera. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Good,
yeah.
good. Well, thank you very much for your time. We'll in terms of those videos, it's very difficult to transmit them. Perhaps send them little portions of them, or to the extent that you can edit them down over Signal. Do the best you can, and we'll try to get this cut down and blurred as soon as possible. And stay safe out there. Be careful.
I will.
Thank you for capturing what's going on. We appreciate it.
You're welcome.
And we'll be in touch.
Sounds good.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.